Google want to get into the gaming market. There's more rumors that suggest that Nintendo are releasing new Switch models. And PlayStation want to start doing directs. Man, these companies need to know their place, man. Stay tuned, because this is REMulous roundup. Alright, welcome to REMulous roundup, everyone's favorite news roundup show, because we get the information late and then we discuss it with a lack of professionality and Prem shouting and talking about shit that he doesn't know that fucking much about. But you still watch, because it's your boy. So, we got some interesting shit to talk about today. We are gonna just hop right into this because these companies, they don't know their place this week. They don't know their place. I say this week, but I'm late to the news as I just said, so you know. But Stadia, Google want to get into the market of gaming. Now, technically, they are, if we include, you know, the Play Store on Android, meaning that all the mobile games are on Android. And since Android is bigger than iOS, I guess they kind of are pretty big in gaming, if you want to go. But no, they're putting an actual real effort into this. So that is actually kind of interesting, and I want to see where this goes. So they have a trailer, which I have watched, and it's just kind of like basically saying, yo, casuals, you can game now. And that is what I like about Stadia. Don't get it twisted. I don't think I'm going to be getting this shit, but then I usually say that about consoles, but they always have one thing that makes me get them. The exclusives. Let's be real. I'm a hardcore PC gamer. I think PC is 100% superior to consoles in every way. Back in the day, I would have said consoles had the benefit of simplicity, because back then, the physical media, you just put that shit in, no DLC, no patches, and you just ran the game, whereas with PC, you had to install it. It was all like complicated and shit, especially before Steam. But with the utilization of like patches and DLC and all that stuff, the consoles are just as complicated as PC these days, with still less power. So it's like, I guess it's better to use with a TV or the controller, but overall, PC is just better in my opinion. But with Stadia, they're doing what consoles are supposed to be doing, which is being simple for the casuals. No offense if you're a console fan, you don't consider yourself a casual. I'm just saying consoles are built to be a bit more casual than PC, a bit more simple. And I think since consoles have lost that, Stadia is going to be what brings it back to that. Because the whole point of the advertising is not just the fact that it's streaming, but it's simple. You can pick up anywhere, Chrome, otherwhere. Can Chromebooks do it? I don't even fucking know. See, I don't even know the fucking news. I'm just here. But the fact that you could just stream it on your phone or stream it on your laptop and then on your PC, like, they want that seamlessness that consoles had back in the day, where it was just like, pick up, game, finish game, go back to your life. And I appreciate that. Now, as I said, I'm probably not going to get one, but as I said before, if they drop them exclusives, I'll have no choice but to get one. Now, I don't know what exclusive could drop on this fucking thing that would make me need it, but if they drop a game exclusively on Stadia, I will be pissed, because it is streaming, which means if they drop an exclusive, there's no way to play it like natively. The only way to play it is to stream it from their data servers or centers or whatever, which is kind of annoying. Then again, with console exclusives, running a game at fucking 20 FPS when you know your PC could have ran that game like 60 if it was on PC, it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, console exclusives sacrifice the power of PC in exchange for having an exclusive to sell their system. So I'm not surprised, you know, if that does happen. Hopefully they don't get any really amazing exclusives, so I don't have to feel like getting it. But since it's a streaming service, it's probably going to be a monthly fee. If an exclusive drops, I don't have to drop like 400 on a console. I could just probably buy Stadia for a month. Maybe it'll be like 20 quid or something, which is like $25 for you American viewers. But yeah, I could probably get it for like 20 quid and then play that game, beat it in a month, and then just cancel my subscription. So Stadia, I'm not mad at this, honestly. And as long as I can use my DualShock 4 and the streaming isn't too bad, we should be fine. I haven't done that much streaming gaming, but I have used PS Now to play a few games that are exclusively on console still and didn't get PC ports. And for me, PS Now has worked pretty well on my PC while using Ethernet. But when I had my old router that was kind of shit, and when I tried it on Wi-Fi, it wasn't amazing. So I still feel like you're going to be tethered. I don't think Wi-Fi is going to cut it for Stadia, at least right now. But obviously, we'll talk about the future. 10 years from now, who knows what the fuck's going to happen. The internet could be so good, 5G, 6G, that you could probably be like out on the fucking train or some shit and just still be on your Stadia, just like, or on your phone using Stadia gaming. So there's a lot of potential in this, and I'm not mad at Google for giving it a go. So let's see where it goes. And to the people laughing at Google, like, let's be real. No one thought Microsoft was going to get into the gaming market when they announced Xbox. Don't laugh at them. Sony were doing fucking headphones and shit before they started gaming. Nintendo, okay, they were always kind of a gaming company. They were making playing cards back in the 1800s. They're the only ones who were really, like, starting with gaming. Like, what the fuck was Sega doing when they started? Wait, Sega started off delivering amusement machines that are coin operated to military bases? So, basically, arcades for war soldiers? Okay, cool. Alright, on to the next set of news. Reports. Nintendo is releasing 2 new Switch models. Now, we actually talked about this over 4 months ago because, you know, we actually are on top of the news on this. But basically, there were rumors from back in last year that Nintendo were going to drop some kind of new Switch model for 2019. And of course, they were trying to deny, like, we're not doing, because they want you to buy the current model. They want to get people to stop buying this model. They get you to buy this one, then drop the next one, then you feel like, fuck, I need to get the next one. And then, yeah, so they're talking about it here. So, expanding on a rumor that they first published last year, the Wall Street Journal now reports that Nintendo is planning on releasing 2 new models of the Switch, and both may be out in 2019. The first, they say, will have enhanced features targeted at avid video gamers, although it won't be as powerful as Sony Corp's PlayStation 4 Pro or Microsoft Corp's Xbox One X. The second is a cheaper option for the filthy casuals, that Nintendo sees as a successor to its aging handheld 3DS device. So finally the 3DS is gonna die. It's claimed that the cheaper model will cut costs by removing features with vibration, specifically sight. Of all the things to remove vibration, what about all that motion Joy-Con HD rumble shit? Like, and they're expecting it to be announced at E3 and released possibly a few months later, in time for Christmas and the release of new games like Pokemon Sword and Shield and Animal Crossing. So this is kind of an interesting one. Like, I'm not surprised that this is happening. I mean, it's been 2 years only since the Switch came out, but it was already underpowered when it dropped, so no surprise that they're dropping a Pro already. And as much as I'm going to sit here and be like, I don't have the money for a Switch Pro, I probably can't get one because I only got a Switch in, 2017? I'm going to get one. Let's be real. I'm going to get one. But there's a few things they have to do for me to get one. Real D-pad on the Joy-Con. Bigger Joy-Cons, like bigger buttons, bigger everything. The Joy-Cons are too fucking tiny. And I'm 99% of the time I play in handheld mode. To this day, the only times I've played in docked was to record videos for you guys. Speaking of which, check out my Donkey Kong Country video on the channel. And also there'll be Mario Maker 2 on the channel, so subscribe. But the point is, I usually play in handheld mode, but the buttons, just the small Joy-Cons, just getting my like medium-sized hands. Oh look, my hands are fucking dry. Getting my medium-sized ashy hands, like, you know, annoyed. You know, I need bigger Joy-Cons, which I guess you could technically make that for the original Switch and it would still work, or not with the accessories, but it would work in handheld mode. But hopefully they actually improve that, because God, it's annoying trying to game with that thing, and it's just like, oh, I want bigger buttons. Nicer screen is also another thing I wouldn't mind. Like a 1080p screen. Apparently the Switch screen is 720p. Yeah, 720p. But I know that there's a lot of docked games that run at 1080. So to be able to have the handheld screen at 1080p, and then obviously this is the Pro version, so they can bump up the graphics, we should be able to get docked level performance in handheld mode for this Pro version. That's not something that I'm saying will happen. That's something I'm saying I want to happen. Better performance, better screen, and bigger buttons. And you've got yourself, oh yeah, and D-pad, and you've got yourself a Switch Pro customer. That's the things I need to get it. If they don't do those things, then they're gonna have to come up with something really amazing for me to get it, because otherwise, I'm not gonna get it. I'm still gonna get it. As for the second model, I mean, Switch Lite, I don't know. My prediction is this, and I think I saw it in a mock-up image, but they're gonna glue the Joy-Cons onto the device. Like, think of the 2DS. Like, the 3DS was like a flippable, nice thing, carry it clamshell, like, beautiful. And then the 2DS just this fucking slab. It's just like, here you go, game. I think they're going to do that same shit with the Switch one, the Switch Lite or whatever they call it, and they're just going to keep the Joy-Cons attached, and then that's it. Then again, games like 1-2 Switch require Joy-Cons. Not that people still play that shit, but they're probably getting it to play certain games that don't use specific things, like, because they said they're going to remove features, so things like HD Rumble won't be there. Things that 1-2 Switch actually relied on wouldn't even be there in the first place. So it's possible that, yeah, they will just glue the Joy-Cons together and maybe add an update for certain games so they could run without separate Joy-Cons. I don't know. I guess we'll see what they do, but my gut is telling me that they are going to glue that thing together. Oh yeah, I almost forgot one more thing. They're probably not going to do this, but add triggers, like real triggers to the Pro model. Like, come on. Like, GameCube Virtual Console needs to be a thing, and to be able to use GameCube Virtual Console, we need triggers. I don't want to use some kind of like lame kind of update thing to not use triggers in a game that clearly uses triggers. So like, just seriously, just put triggers on the thing, and just what is it with Nintendo removing triggers? I don't understand why they can't use triggers. They did it on the GameCube, but you know, that's a story for another day. We'll see what the prices are when these things get announced, but hopefully it's not too expensive. I'm assuming the Pro model is going to be around the same price as the current Switch, because they'll discontinue the current version probably when the Pro version gets announced. That's just what I think. And then the Lite version will be the cheaper alternative. I don't think they're going to leave all three models in circulation, but I could be wrong. And finally, the last piece of news today is Sony want to start making directs. Alright, so they announced something called State of Play, which kind of reminds me of State of the Culture. That's some dope shit. You should check that out. I'm not sponsored by them, but I want to be. If you want to sponsor me, like, totally State of the Culture, I will. But State of Play is basically supposed to be their own version of the Direct, and based on what I heard, it was bad. Like, I wasn't there for the actual conference, and apparently they deleted it. It was that bad. That's what I'm hearing. I can't even find like the full thing, but I saw some of the reveals. A lot of people were talking about Days Gone and Concrete Genie and some Mortal Kombat 11 update. So there was some things there, but there is a live thread here, so we can quickly just skim through this and see what they're talking about. Iron Man VR confirmed for PSVR, Mortal Kombat 11 trailer, some other indie looking shit that reminds me of No Man's Sky, some other, well, there's some shit, there's some, yeah, I'm not interested in any of these things, to be honest. But I still think we should be a little bit easy on Sony, because let's face it, when it comes to directs, they're virgins. Like, let's be real. If it was a girl, she wouldn't compare some dude's first time to some fucking porn star who's like skilled as fuck, like knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, you guys can't be shitting on Sony for trying something new and, you know, contributing to the death of E3, unfortunately, when Nintendo have been doing this shit for years. Like, let's be real, Nintendo have mastered directs. This is their first one, Sony. Like, I didn't get to see it, so I don't know how bad it was, but assuming it was trash, they'll learn from it. They'll make a better one next time. Like, 360 was better than the original Xbox, PS2 was better than PS1. Like, I think we should give Sony the chance, tell them what they did wrong, you know, and the next one will probably be a lot better. I mean, usually these things aren't that hard to do. Just have good shit to reveal. Like, it's not like you need amazing skits like Nintendo, but, you know, just have cool shit to reveal, and that'll be it. And I think that's kind of why they did this one now, because they could drop this mediocre one, get all the feedback, and then in E3, because I remember them saying that there was no E3 conference for Sony. Yes, exactly. They're skipping E3 2019. So I'm guessing that they're doing this first State of Play to gauge how people react, get what they're saying is good about it or what they're saying is bad about it, and then improve it so that the E3 one isn't a train wreck. They're practicing now on a dead month so that when it's around E3 time and they drop their new one, it's going to be the new and improved version with better reveals and just a better thing altogether. I don't even know if it was a proper conference or if it was just like a video feed, like if they just put trailer after trailer. But yeah, I missed it, clearly. I'll probably have to find a link and watch it later, but it won't make a difference on my opinions. No matter how bad it was, like, let's give them a chance to make a better one. I'm sure they'll learn from this. Sony are a pretty decent company. They learn from things. When they had that boomerang controller back in, was it 2006? They changed that. They like, we almost got a boomerang controller, and they learned from that. So, you know, they charged $600 for the PS3, and they learned from that. And then Microsoft went and made the same mistake with Xbox One, but that's for another day. But yeah, that's your news for today's REMulous roundup. Let me know what other gaming related topics you want me to cover. Let me know what you guys think about all this information. Should Google stay in their lane, which they've never done really? They're supposed to be a fucking search engine. Should Nintendo not release new models, or do you want the new models? Are you buying them? And should Sony stop making fake directs, or should they work on it and improve? But yeah, make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and let me know what you guys think about the video in general. Do you want me to do more REMulous roundups? I've also got more gaming videos coming, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's your boy REMulous Prem God. What's that? Oh my god. And I'm out.